Good morning and good afternoon. Today we'll be diving into the persuasive yet often misunderstood issue that affects a significant proportion of the population globally, and that is compulsive sexual behavior. As counseling psychologists, our role extends beyond mere observers to active participants in understanding, treating, and advocating for individuals grappling with compulsive sexual behavior. Compulsive sexual behavior are characterized by persistent and escalating patterns of sexual behavior despite negative consequences. It is multifaceted disorder with deep-rooted origins. Research and literature have traced its etiology to a complex interplay of biological, psychological, and social factors. Exploring the biological underpinning of compulsive sexual behavior reveals a complex interplay of genetics, neurochemical, and brain structure influences. Research suggests that a significant genetic component to compulsive sexual behavior, with family and twin studies, indicate heritability factors. Neurochemically, compulsive sexual behavior has been linked to dysregulated dopamine pathways, which are crucial in reward and pleasure systems, implicating an addiction model similar to substance use disorders. Structurally and functionally, brain imaging studies have also shown abnormalities in areas related to impulse control and reward sensitivity, notably in the cortex and the limbic system. These biological perspectives are essential in understanding compulsive sexual behavior as not merely a behavioral issue, but as a neurobiologically driven disorder. This recognition leads to a more empathetic and scientifically informed approach treatment, integrating pharmacological and therapeutic interventions targeting these underlying biological factors. For example, pharmacological therapy that modulates dopamine pathways can be beneficial alongside cognitive behavioral therapies. However, biological approaches to compulsive sexual behavior is not without limitation. Solely focusing on the biological aspects may overlook the psychological and the social dimensions of the disorder. It is necessary to get a holistic treatment model that considers the individual's entire bio, psycho, and social context. Psychological factors contribute to compulsive sexual behaviors encompass a broad spectrum of cognitive, emotional, and experimental elements. Cognitive theory suggests that individuals with compulsive sexual behavior may have a distorted belief and thought about sex, viewing it as a means to relieve stress or escape reality. This leads to a cycle of compulsive engagement and shame. Emotional dysregulation is another crucial factor. Individuals may use sexual activity to cope with negative emotions or to fill emotional void, indicating an underlying inability to manage emotion effectively. Attachment theory provides a further lens, postulating that insecure attachment styles can predispose individuals to compulsive sexual behavior, as they seek out sexual encounters to fulfill unmet attachment needs, often resulting in patterns of relational instability and emotional turmoil. This perspective underscored the necessity of therapeutic interventions that address cognitive distortion, improve emotional regulation, and foster healthy attachment patterns. Critically, while psychological theories offer valuable insight into compulsive sexual behavior, they must be integrated with biological and social consideration for a comprehensive understanding. The interplay between cognition processes, emotional state, and underlying biological structure highlight the complexity of compulsive sexual behavior, necessitating the multifaceted treatment approaches. Social factors contribute significantly to the development and the maintenance of compulsive sexual behavior. Interacting with individuals' vulnerabilities and broader social influences. The proliferation of easy accessible internet pornography has been a critical factor, while research suggests a correlation between high consumption rates and the escalation of compulsive sexual behavior symptoms. Karras and his colleagues in 2016 highlighted the role that internet pornography in facilitating sexual behaviors, particularly in individuals with predisposing factors such as early exposure to sexual content and a lack of sexual education.
Social isolation. Social isolation and lack of fulfilling relationships can also contribute to compulsive sexual behavior, serving as a both serving both as a cause and a consequence of the behavior. Reed and his colleague in 2011 emphasized the cycle nature of the compulsive sexual behavior, where social isolations lead to an increased reliance on sexual behaviors for emotional regulation, which in turn can result in further social withdrawal and stigma, creating the cycle. Cultural factors include social norms and attitudes towards sexuality also play a crucial role. Sexual behaviors and attitudes vary widely across different cultures, influencing the perception and the expression of compulsive sexual behavior. Doring in 2019 examined how societal and cultural norms shape the understanding and treatment of compulsive sexual behavior, suggesting that is considered compulsive or pathological can be influenced by cultural context. These social factors underline the importance of considering the broader societal context in understanding and treating compulsive sexual behavior. Addressing these factors requires a comprehensive strategies that include public health initiative, education, and community support programs, aiming not only to treat the individuals but also to foster societal changes that reduce the prevalence and the impact of compulsive sexual behavior. Turning to treatment, our role as counseling psychologists is to provide a beacon of hope and a pathway towards healing. Cognitive behavioral therapy stands out for its effectiveness and in addressing compulsive sexual behavior, targeting the negative thought patterns and behaviors that perpetuate the cycle. Integrate approaches combining compulsive sexual behavior with mindful and emotional regulation strategies offer a tailored treatment plan that addresses the individual unique needs. Wary and his colleagues in 2017 emphasized the significance of understanding online sexual activity role in compulsive sexual behavior, advocating for a nuanced approach to treatment. The emergence of mindfulness practice, particularly in managing emotional dysregulation associated with compulsive sexual behavior, represent a promising avenue for treatment. The development of the problematic pornography consumption scale by Both and his colleagues in 2018 marks a significant advancement in our ability to assess and address the nuance of compulsive sexual behavior. As practitioners, our engagement does not end with treatment. We are tasked with the continual evaluation of the treatment effectiveness, advocating for our clients, and contributing to the broader research that shape our understanding approach to compulsive sexual behavior. It is through our empathetic, informed, and holistic approach that we can make a difference. In conclusion, compulsive sexual behavior is a complex disorder that requires a multifaceted approach to understanding and treat. As counseling psychologists, we are uniquely positioned to offer hope and healing to those affected. Through ongoing research, critical engagement with literature, and application of evidence-based practices, we can advance our understandings and treatment of compulsive sexual behavior, ultimately improving the lives of those we serve. Thank you.